Well, what kind of day has it been? This is my first pint glass I ever got. Epic Brewing out of Utah. I know, not Colorado. I was sitting in the Mayor of Old Town. It's a tap room in Fort Collins with 100 taps. 100 taps. I did not have all of them. But Epic was just coming into Colorado. And I said, hey, try our beer. We'll give you a pint glass. Okay. And I got like 100 pint glasses. And I got my own. Fun little story. Fun little start. I never really told anybody that. That's actually the history of the pint glasses. Why I have so many. I don't know, started with one. So there's that. This is not an Epic beer, though. This is the Scandi Shandy. Kveik. Lager with grapefruit. Kveik? I think that's how you say it. I wanted something light. Because one, it's big. And two, it's like 1:30. I don't necessarily like want to go on a bender. But I did want to chat, have a little conversation, mind you, of where things are at, how we're doing. I'm wasting so much time. Cheers, everybody. Decks and Draughts started as a box opening channel. I didn't know what I wanted to do, which, by the way, if you ever want to create your own content, do box openings. Regardless of how you feel about them, it's a good way to get used to the technology, get an understanding for your voice, get comfortable with that, get comfortable with speaking to an audience that you didn't know was there yet. All that stuff's a great way to start. And then eventually you find kind of the thing you want to start doing, you really want to get into. Assuming you didn't already kind of have that to begin with, but even then, it's good practice. So eventually I started getting into the marketing stuff. 15 years of marketing. I was like, hey, let's bring some of that in. I thought it'd be interesting. I didn't really see a lot of that. So I started throwing some of that stuff in. Marketing life cycles, grassroots versus influencer marketing, just as it came up. It became fun to talk about. My job at the time, also a lot more educational, instructional design. So, educator at heart. I wanted to educate and uplift, inspire, enlighten, empower. That's the word I was looking for. It took 5 tries. And then eventually I made the Learn to Play kit, a thing for Flesh and Blood that was designed to grow communities when there really wasn't any access to. I just threw some deck lists out there, and then people were like, this is awesome, and then I decided to jazz it up, and suddenly I felt like a valuable member of the space. And that felt real good, and that's something I was struggling with personally. It's something I still struggle with a little bit personally, of feeling valuable in the space that I'm in. So I leaned in on that pretty hard. This became a Flesh and Blood channel for a while, but then the marketing stuff started to trickle in, and then a weird, funny thing happened in that I got sent from Scheming Skeleton, Flesh and Bones at the time, a starter deck of Genesis beta, and I did a review, and it was not a great one. But that eventually kicked off into probably one of the coolest things that you can get from a channel as a job. Marketing. Genesis Battle of Champions started from a bad review. And suddenly me, this little fanboy, had a whole different insight into the space. Now I'm learning about manufacturing. Now I'm learning about print runs. Now I'm learning about timing. Now I'm learning about all of the different things and the nuances and the drama and all the kinds of everything on the other side of the coin that me as a player, as a fan, didn't really know about. And I was like, wow, I can uplift and I can bring so much more. And that got me ingrained with other games and got me ingrained with other communities and, other creators. And it felt really good to be a part of all that. It still feels really good to be a part of all that. So that leads to where we are now. I take a lot of pride in being able to have really complex conversations on this channel and being able to have civil discussion around them, even from groups that you probably wouldn't expect to be civil. Thank you for that. Thank all of you for that. That was great. And I think I did a pretty good job of, kind of finding that line between a tricky conversation and knowing that my intentions are to grow, empower, and get to a place of good, if not at least understanding. The issue is that the last couple months is that's kind of all it's been. And this has stopped being a drink of celebration and camaraderie and has become one of therapy. The more I've experienced and kind of embraced different things in the industry, the more that I've seen, the more I've kind of wrapped myself up in various crowds, the more this has changed in meaning. We'll put it that way. And I didn't want to do that. But I'm thinking about it of, you know what? If I have this platform, but I also work for a game, I have an opportunity to be the change I want to see. I have an opportunity to actually set an example and supposed to be in front of a mic and complain that there are no good examples. I want to try to be one. That's my goal. And I don't like doing it like this. I don't want to come across as if I'm trying to be some weird savior. I don't want to be like, I'm going to protect you all. And then I'm going to keep going until this stops. That's not what I want to do. I would love for someday for people to look at Genesis or whatever I'm working on. Doesn't have to be them. Would like it to be, of course. But whatever I'm working on is saying, that's a cool way to do that. I wouldn't mind seeing more of that. You don't need this channel for that. You need the stories from the players and the fans and the communities and the people out there who live those moments that we create. That's what's going to solve these issues. That's what's going to help alleviate some of my concerns. That's what's going to truly amplify and educate the audience and the community that we have now that, depending on where you look, is in a weird spiral downward. So, I have to remember that I have more. It's a 16, these are 12s, that's how it works. There we go. So, I can chug more. We're going to call this a day. We're going to, by we I mean me, I'm going to put Decks and Draughts as a channel, as a YouTube channel, on hiatus for a little bit. me, Joey, Senart, is still very much going to exist. But I want to exist in the way that more people know me for anyway. I want to create the resources. I want to do the community building. I want to do the marketing stuff. I want to actually try to be an industry expert. So I can come back to you, not just as a loud, angry fan, but I'd love to be able to come back with you ideas and show you that they're proven. And I reach that out to fans who are trying to grow communities, creators who are trying to grow their game, anybody who wants to look at this industry and say, I want to be better. I want this to be more fun. I want this to be greater. I want to bring more people in. I want to be able to come back as Decks and Draughts or Joey or however I come back and show you how things worked. And because I have the opportunity to do that, I'm going to hold on this. Because this is just an op-ed at this point. And it's a loud one, but it takes up a heck of a lot of time, and I want the mental energy over there trying to be a badass. I keep wanting to do videos like this. They take forever, and I know Fab community. I owe you Uprising decks. I will get them. I know foreign community. I owe you literally plugging and playing the work that you guys have put into just half pagers. I want to go back to that stuff, and I want to devote my time to that. Decks and Draughts has been in the way. Having Decks and Draughts up has created this weird pressure on me to, when I see something, go. You know, you've probably heard me when I talk about MetaZoo things, that my kindness is, you know, kind of calling out what I feel is an abusive relationship. I don't want to spend that kind of time doing that when I could instead, with the opportunity I have, show you a better one. Actually put that in play for a game with local game stores and players and do all of those things. I want to prove what I can do. And this isn't the place to do it. Not right now. I'll be back. I'll be back. So I want to spend my last 3/4 of a beer. Couple minutes. I don't want to quite say saying my piece, because it's not like I'm gone. It's not like I'm removing myself from the industry. I'm very, very much a part of it. I want to kind of work on credibility a little bit, work on the things that we had this whole conversation. I'm still here. You'll still probably see me pop up on podcasts. I might look at doing some writing, things like that. There's a lot that I want to get back into that this is taken away from. So I am still very much here. Reach out if you want to chat, if you need help, if you have an idea for a resource or anything along those lines. I'm still very much doing that. This just isn't here. I've been recording multiple things, so I've been getting through some of the beer, and I'm like, I don't want to do that. It's not how I want to end. I want to do a lightning round of stuff that I have and, kind of say my piece, but my piece always lands on the same thing. Go have fun. There needs to be more fun in this industry. Creators, and I'm not just talking about, like, the Kickstarter guys. Like James, Mr. White, go have fun. Have fun. I want to see that. Players, fans, enjoy. Have fun. There needs to be more of that. And I hope to bring some of that. Also, be humble. Be okay, like being wrong and making a mistake, because it lets you still have fun. It doesn't look like you're overprotecting and like, oh gosh, I made one screw up, now I can't have fun. You can still have fun. You'll be fine. I'm more interested in that. Those are the communities that I want to see, and I think that's what people enjoy chatting about a heck of a lot more. And if that is a community that has no interest in that, they just want to talk about the money, the hype, the drama, the best of the best, I don't care. Look out for those. If you're wanting to enjoy the space, I don't think that's going to get you there. That's my personal opinion. Go have fun. All of you. I look forward to showing you what I do, but in the meantime, thank you so much for going with me on this journey. I will be back. There will be beer. There will still be a coaxing. There will be a lot of things you guys see from me. Feel free to reach out if you have ideas. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you guys next time. I also can't chug this. I already know that better. What a way to go out. Show the community that I don't know how to drink beer. Right. Cheers, everybody.